So Oscar De La Hoya, and God bless him, I met Oscar one time. He was a perfect gentleman to me. I mean, in all fairness to Oscar, I'm an Olympic fan. I go back to 1992. It was Barcelona. I had a friend, Travis West, rest his soul, 149.5 pounds, representing the United States of America in Greco-Roman wrestling. I was in the 8th grade to be exact. Black and white television. Stayed up past my bedtime. Wasn't allowed to. Watched Oscar De La Hoya win the gold medal. I remember he wouldn't even look at his opponent when they faced off. He looked up to his mother who was in heaven. All right, I'm a golden boy, Mark. I pay him his due. But in all fairness, okay, there's certain things that are very hard to make up with somebody for. And men can always make up. Absolutely. And it's got nothing to do with what we say. It's got nothing to do with what an outsider says. One man wants to apologize to another man. If that guy accepts the apology, it is done. And I've seen guys break the deal, and I look down on them. I've seen them reach across the table, shake hands, say we're good, and then they weren't. Still double-cross this guy, still put the mouth to him. I've seen that. Still hold this against him, still use it. No, you shook hands. It's over. It's over. That's the way this works, and it's not for anybody else to say. That's between you two. I really respect that code, as do most men. But there are things that are a little harder, right? If you just come at a guy, that's one thing. You come at a guy's woman, you got a whole nother thing. You come at a guy's business, you got a whole... These are all separate categories. And when Oscar De La Hoya decided to put his nose in the boss's wheelhouse, he went after his business, and that happened. That happened. Not just talk, not just in the media, not just flexing. He went after what he thought were the biggest stars in the sport, in Chuck and Tito. He went after what he thought with Golden Boy MMA was going to make a dent and an impact into the pay-per-view business, into the UFC specific model. That's what the intent was. Absolutely. Just because it fell on his... I'm just sharing with you. Just because it fell on his face doesn't mean anything. It's your intent. And what did you try to do? What was your plan? What was your objective? What did you set out to do? What damage were you trying to do? What pound of flesh were you trying to take? And what was it that provoked you to do it in the first place? These things were all very relevant. Now, if Dana wants to reach across the table and shake his hand, all right, okay, we're done here. I'm just sharing you have a little bit more of an uphill battle than you think when you go to the media and you insult some guy. Oscar was not friendly in the media. And Dana met him and Dana punched right back and he was not friendly back. That's the way that went. But before you get lost and your memory plays a trick on you and just think it was Dana on SportsCenter and Oscar on SportsCenter and Dana on TMZ and Oscar on TMZ, no, it wasn't. It went a step further, which is Golden Boy MMA, which was not done to put money in anybody's pocket, including Oscar's. It was done to do damage, to shoot a missile right into the bow of the USS UFC. So all of a sudden, we're on the streets. About 3 weeks ago, Oscar De La Hoya gets picked up by camera, and he throws it out. Look, I'm done. I do not want to fight Dana White anymore. He wins. He won. I want to patch this up. And on the back of it, he says, I want to do business with him. In fact, Dana, I want to meet him. And I'm real close to verbatim. I'm real close to exactly how this went. Now, this was 3 weeks ago, and it went under the radar, but it's resurfaced its head today. Resurfaced its head to the fact that my partner, Ryan, supplied me with this as a topic. They go, Ryan, hold on. This was 3 weeks ago. I saw this is just now coming up. Now, however they want to do that is going to be fine, but that's a little bit hard. Hey, Dana, I took you on. I came with my best stuff. You're better at this than me, and you won. By the way, I got an idea for you. It's a tough one. You got to come to the table with something. You got to come to not just with your hat in your hand, not just with your gold medal in your pocket and your ego shoved down your throat and up your ass. You're going to have to come in with something. Here is my plan. And quite frankly, even though I'm being a little bit resistant, I would be curious what that plan is. Because I don't know that I fully am buying into what Dana said publicly that he has done with the idea of boxing. I don't know that I fully believe that. He might have meant it in the moment. He might also be trying to throw some people off his scent. He might have some plan. We don't know. We don't know what the great chess player is doing. But I would just share with you that Oscar does have some missing pieces, but he's got a hell of a lot of pieces in place. And that could be a very interesting conversation. if they could somehow bury the hatchet, if Oscar understands we're not going 50-50, all right? I mean, just to start with the top, if there's any decisions to be made, they're going to come my way. There could be something to be done there. I would be very curious. Oscar, at one point in time, had a number of contracts in place that were very good. He's very good, and a lot of that blew up. A lot of Golden Boy is basically just a thing of yesterday. And I don't know how much he's trying to piece back together and how many contracts he's still got that are active. I don't know. Of course I wouldn't know. But I wouldn't be terribly disappointed if somewhere that meeting did take place, or at least Oscar could get his bulletin points and get them to Dana. That could be of interest. But again, you come after a man, that's one way to make up. Come after the guy's woman, it's a whole nother thing. You come after his business, you're having yet another conversation. I'm not positive that Oscar confessing to the world I went toe-to-toe with the kid from Boston and I came in beat just like everybody else that made this mistake. I'm not convinced that's enough. But it's a start. He sent the roses. Now need to come the chocolates. And when he figures that out, I'll be here to bring it to you.